Hello, everybody, and welcome back. What we're going to do quickly for you now is we're going to take a look at the race that myself and Monica McCarthy reviewed a couple of weeks ago on the road to the Kentucky Oaks, the Grade 1 Ashland Stakes that took place earlier this month. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the race first, and then I will put another segment together where myself and Monica will give our thoughts on the race. But before that, anybody interested in how the Classic Watch horses are going, head to the website at classicwatch2023.ml. Right, the Ashland Stakes, Grade 1 race for fillies. Let's watch the race now.
First wire, they are at the post. Yeah, they're off in the Central Bank Ashland. There goes Wonder Wheel out for the lead. There goes Punch Bowl for the lead. And there's Effortlessly Elegant from the far outside. Effortlessly Elegant moves up from the center of the track, tries to clear the inside traffic. Punch Bowl goes second. Wonder Wheel third, locked onto the rail there in that first turn. Defining Purpose moves by her one spot from the outside. Julia Shining, a lane off the rail, is in fifth. Pride of the Nile is in sixth. Guns and Graces last of the seven. Effortlessly Elegant is the leader. She's clear with the lead and drops down toward the rail. 23.62 seconds the time for the opening quarter. Effortlessly Elegant guides the field up the backstretch, leads at a length and a half. Defining Purpose, second by a head. Punch Bowl is third, a half length. Julia Shining, fourth up on the outside, now taking third within a half length of second. Wonder Wheel, further back, is a lane off the rail. Between horses now in the fifth position. She's got Pride of the Nile, sixth on her outside, and Guns and Graces last of the seven, just over 5 lengths front to back. First half mile, 47.25 seconds. Effortlessly Elegant is the leader, leads at 3/4 of a length. Defining Purpose second. Julia Shining goes to third. Punch Bowl is fourth toward the inside, 2 lengths from the front. Wonder Wheel fifth up on the outside, 4 lengths off the lead. Then Guns and Graces, Pride of the Nile last. They come to the quarter pole. Defining Purpose tries to draw alongside of Effortlessly Elegant. Now Punch Bowl seeks running room, changing lanes toward the outside. Julia Shining is right there with her. Wonder Wheel is a wide fifth, 3 from the front. Defining Purpose has the lead into the final furlong. Central Bank Ashland. Julia Shining is contesting second with Punch Bowl. Defining Purpose in front by 2.5 lengths. Defining Purpose chased all the way to the line. Defining Purpose has pulled a 20-1 upset in the Central Bank Ashland for Brian Hernandez Jr.
Right, there we have it. Very interesting race there. The Grade 1 Ashland Stakes, Keeneland. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this small segment now. And all being well, by the miracles of science, myself and Monica McCarthy will be back shortly to review what we just saw. Thank you very much for supporting the channel, everybody, and take care. This is Paul Newman. And if you are seeing this screen, hello, everybody. And welcome back. Yeah, very interesting race we've just watched there. The 2023 Ashland Stakes at Keeneland that was ran on Friday the 7th. It's the final race, the final 100-point race for the road to the Kentucky Oaks. And I think it produced quite a strange result, really. I'm going to try and now get on the line Monica McCarthy, and we're going to just review the race, and then we're going to call it a day. But before I do that, we'll just check. Monica, are you there?
I'm here. How you doing?
Yes, Monica, fantastic. How are things with you in Sherman, Illinois?
Just fine. Everything's great. Weather's fine. It's trying to be spring.
Trying its hardest, is it?
Yeah.
Bit like our horses in the Ashland Stakes, really. We'll start with you. What did you make of the race then, Monica?
I thought I was a bit surprised somewhat about some of the horses I thought would do well didn't, and some of the horses I really wasn't that excited about did better, and that sort of thing is kind of what I thought about the race in general. What did you think about the race?
Well, yeah, I mean, I thought we had it really. Once they come into the straight, we had the main two that we both fancied, Julia Shining, the one we selected, and Path Fork, to fight out the finish. But where did that 23-1 shot come from to get involved with them two? I mean, if you take the winner out of the race, I think the other two ran well, 3 lengths clear of the field. But I don't know, man. I looked at the pedigree, I looked at the form, and I can't see how the winner got to within 3 lengths of the winners, yet alone beat them. I think the connections of Julia Shining will be slightly disappointed because her sister Malafat won the race before, but she finished third. She ran a solid race. Path Fork, well, the jockey got some stick, I noticed, on social media. I don't think, from what I can gather, reading social media sometimes, I don't think old Flavian Pratt's the most popular jockey out in America. And I think a lot of people very quick to blame him when he gets beat. To me, he's always done me all right. I remember him when he used to ride in Europe. Perfectly reasonable jockey, really, by French standards. People need to remember that. But
Yeah.
he got a racing incident where he went for a run and the run weren't there. That can happen. And I thought really the second, it looked like Julia Shining was just getting up to beat Path Fork, and then the other one beat both of them, and I was amazed at that. I mean, I think there were 7 runners in the race, and I think I had that down as probably my 6th choice in the race. I mean, I was never with it at any point. What do you think of the race, Monica? Any of the runners that you've got any views on?
Just going back to the winner of the race, Defining Purpose. I mean, the connections. Kenny McPeak has won several graded stakes races there at Keeneland. Brian Hernandez is a seasoned jockey. He can win races as well. I think they just pulled off a massive upset.
Oh, they certainly did that,
At 20-1, 23-1, however it was. And I think the horse itself, Brian Hernandez, the jockey, got him to where he needed to be. He was back in the late mid pack, and then he just kind of brought him up and then just had him in a spot where he capitalized on the race itself and gave it a little speed, asked it to go, and it went and crossed the finish line, just enough space to win the race. Julia Shining and Punch Bowl were also there, obviously, and it was a close race.
I kept calling it Path Fork, didn't I? There was an American horse called Path Fork, but it wasn't this one. Punch Bowl, that's correct. Thank you.
Punch Bowl, yeah. Yeah, Punch Bowl was, right up there. Defining Purpose really didn't win by, several lengths, obviously. So, it was a good race in that aspect. We weren't sure who was going to be there at the finish line, but that's how it worked out on this time at the Ashland Stakes. So,
yeah, I mean,
a little bit, like I said, shocking that, a 20-1 horse won the race, and congratulations to who had that horse.
Yeah, I mean,
we didn't, but
no, I mean, I couldn't possibly have had it on form or pedigree. I mean, you're right in everything you said. The race went well for it. The jockey rode well for it. And the horse won well. We're not taking nothing away from the horse, but the aspect that concerns me is how the horse did that. When people look at the pedigree of the horse and the form of the horse in relation to the other two, how did it do that? It always baffles me in horse racing. Always baffles me. So that's why the race was slightly unsatisfactory for me, because I couldn't really have had the winner against them two. But American racing is what it is. Not just in America. We've had one of the UK's most experienced and most famous jockeys fall off the short price favourite in a UK Guineas trial today. No way am I having a pop at American racing. I just feel that one of the other two should have won the race. It's a Grade 1 race. If you look at the pedigree of the other two horses, they've been Group 1 pedigrees for decades. And I don't understand how that other horse beat it. Congratulations to it, obviously. Be interesting to see what happens if they ever race each other again, those three horses, because there's still a few decent fillies races in America, and then the fillies and mares races as well. When the older horses come into play later on in the season, there's plenty of time for Punch Bowl, not plenty of time for Pathfork, because I'm pretty sure that was a gelding or a colt related to War of Will. But there's plenty of time for Punch Bowl to reverse the form, and Julia Shining as well to reverse the form. I wouldn't put anybody off the second and the third in this race moving forwards, because they're both well-bred horses, and that proves that to me now proves to me that all they've got to do now is find some consistency, and four or five Group 1s in a season. You'd think they'd all run in now, Group 2s and Group 3s as well. I think I think connections of both them horses, the second and the third, will be disappointed if this time next year they haven't won any group races. So I think it's just a matter of keeping an eye on the second and the third, and just not taking them when they're silly prices, and just hoping that when connections do place them to their advantage, that on the day they're somewhat underestimated, and people can get a bit of value on the horses, because I think they're both nice horses. The third more than the second, but the second obviously was a worthy participant. I can't bring my notes up on the screen now and remember which one was which, because it crashed the recording. I've made that mistake before. But yeah, I mean, they're obviously both two nice horses, Group 1 placed horses. I think that was Punch Bowl's third start, was it? Julia Shining roughly about the same, third or fourth start. I mean,
Yes,
you'd be amazed if the next 3 or 4 starts of them two horses that they both didn't get their head in front. Obviously, they can't do that to keep racing each other, but that's where you rely on connections to be shrewd and try and avoid the good horses once in a while and win. But yeah, two nice horses, and I thought it was a nice race. But to me, the winner has far and away outran her form and her pedigree on the day. Like you said, massive upset. All credit to connections. It is what it is, racing, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, like you mentioned with number 4, Julia Shining, and number 5, Punch Bowl, both of them, or have been lightly raced, and we've got so much, racing later in the season and whatnot that, I am fairly confident that both those horses will win races, and the pedigree's there. You can't deny the pedigree for sure. And and Flavian Pratt was on Punch Bowl, and I mean, gosh, the pedigree's there too. And I think we'll see a lot of good races with those two that did not win, that were second and third. But I was a little bit shocked, like you said.
Apparently, there's one called Goodnight Olive going.
It was a pretty good race.
Apparently, there's a mare called Goodnight Olive going round, or a filly called Goodnight Olive going round. And my Cheltenham Festival colleague Steve Allpress is fairly certain that is the filly anyway. That filly there called Goodnight Olive. So hopefully, I don't know whether that's a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old though. But so there's plenty of good fillies to look out for without any shadow of a doubt. Speaking of which, I mean, I think we've got 2 weeks off now, Monica, haven't we? I mean, hopefully you'll be able to come back to preview and review the two classics, the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks, Monica. Yes.
Oh, definitely. Yes, definitely. You know, I will be there for sure.
Oh yeah, if we're both well enough, and our internet connection is well enough, and we're both still on the planet, there is a fair chance that the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks will get previewed and reviewed at some point. Excuse me. Right, Monica, can I just say thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy day to do this quick recording and review this race. We can tie up all the loose ends now, and we can concentrate on moving forwards. And hopefully we will be back for the Kentucky Derby and the Kentucky Oaks on the first Saturday in May. All right, Monica, thank you very much.
Thank you once again for having me. It's always a pleasure to look at these races with you and all of that. And we'll see you next time for the Derby and the Oaks races and the preview and the review. And happy racing, everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be rude for us now, Saturday now. I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to put myself on the spot as well. If someone held a gun to my head now and asked me for the winner of the Kentucky Oaks, I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't have anything for them at this stage. But the Derby, I'd definitely be with Forte in the Kentucky Derby. Monica, have you got any strong opinions on the race at this stage, either of the races? Oaks in the Derby?
Yeah, I'm kind of swaying somewhat to your pick as well, Forte, and I also like a horse named Mage that we saw race in one of the Derby preps that I'm kind of leaning towards as well. That's just a at this juncture, I haven't got in the real looking seriously at some of these horses yet, but that's who I've seen so far that I'm liking how their form is and what they have to offer.
Yeah, I mean, the fillies, I've got that and Tell Me No Lies. That was actually third in a Group 1 last time out. That's one of the ones that I've done in my video, but the others I need to send out search parties for them because I can't find them anywhere. But the Godolphin also as well identified Pretty Mischievous. I'd be lying if I said I hadn't gone off that one really, because it got beat last time out, didn't it? That's never good. But hopefully I'll have had a chance. We'll have both had a chance to have had a good look at both races, and we'll be back in the week approaching the Derby, obviously. Right. We're going to wrap up now. Monica, again, thank you very much for joining us, and take care, everybody. Monica, thank you very much.
Bye-bye.